As we stated in the last episode, our line learning technique begins with the creation of a simple and efficient filing system in the computer that is our brain. The key is to let the hard drive of our subconscious do the heavy lifting of memorization so that we can consciously focus on building our performance. In this episode, we will see this dynamic at work in an exercise that was introduced by Jerry Lucas in his popular guide, The Memory Book. Along with his co-author, Harry Lorraine, Lucas uses this memory game in part to demonstrate the importance of creating links in accessing information stored in your memory. I will also explain how your ability to access information relies on the creation of a simple and efficient system of mental folders. Let's take a look at the memory game. Now keep in mind that the technique in this demonstration is not precisely the line learning technique. However, it is a way that I can demonstrate the basic principles of our line learning technique quickly and show you how simple the process of accessing your lines can be if you trust the technique. If I were to write down a list of 10 objects and numbered each of them from 1 to 10, how many could you remember? The session began with me working with someone who struggled with learning their lines. Our subject said that they thought they could remember 4 or 5 items. I told him that, in about 2 minutes, I could teach him a technique that would allow him to remember all 10 items. Here is the technique. 10 words would be written down on a list numbered from 1 to 10. His first step would be to create 10 mental folders numbered from 1 to 10. With each number, he would link a word that rhymes with that number. For example, 1, run, 2, zoo, 3, tree, 4, door, 5, hive, 6, sticks, 7, heaven, 8, gate, 9, line, 10, hen. His rhyming words wouldn't necessarily need to be these words, but they would be rhyming words that he would be able to consistently link with each number. I had him repeat the number and his rhyming words to me 3 times. In upcoming episodes, you will learn that 3 is the magic number. Once he successfully repeated the numbers and their corresponding rhyming words to me 3 times in a row, I knew that he had the folders and the links that he needed to access all 10 words. Simple and efficient. Next, I told him how to use the links to his folder system to access each word. When we returned, I would ask the other participants to randomly give him a word for each number, 1 through 10. Someone would type the word behind each number. As they did, I told our subjects simply to associate the rhyming words linked to the folder with the object that was being written down in some vivid, bizarre, and active way. For example, if the selected word is birdcage, create the image in your mind of a birdcage running. The more outlandish and vivid the image you create in your mind, the easier it will be to access. Put all of your imaginative energy into creating and embellishing that image while your friends write down the word birdcage. As we move on to the next word, put that image out of your mind. Don't give it another thought. For their second word, perhaps they select the word pencil. You will make the to zoo connection and then create the image of a zoo made of pencils. Make the pencils an active part of the zoo cage. Once your friends have written the word down, put the image out of your mind and ask your friends to give you another object to remember. Repeat this process for all 10 objects. After all of the objects have been recorded on paper, he would ask the participants to give him a number. Say they select number 2. Think to zoo, and then let the object of the zoo come into your mind. Without effort, the image should evolve into the zoo of pencils. Once the image of the zoo made of pencils reveals itself, state what the object is. Number 2 is a pencil. Go through the same process for all 10 objects. If you successfully use the technique, you should be able to recall all 10 objects. Okay, Lisa, give Mark a number.
Number 4.
Button.
Brianna?
7.
A lizard.
Chris?
9.
Zucchini.
Teresa?
1.
Asparagus.
Brianna?
3.
A carpet.
Chris?
5.
Bloomers.
Teresa?
6.
Lighting.
8.
Race car.
Chris?
2.
Statue.
There are only 2 things that will stand in the way of success. First, if you don't have a strong connection between the number and the corresponding rhyming word, you will not be able to access your image. The link won't be strong enough. The rhyming word should come to mind immediately as you hear the number. Secondly, if you don't trust that the technique will work, you'll introduce unnecessary effort into the process. This will also inhibit your ability to access the image. Tension is the enemy. Don't try to remember the image. Allow the image to reveal itself to you. Using our computer model, let's review what you have accomplished with this memory list exercise. You set up your folders, 10 separate folders with tabs marked 1 through 10. You are given an object or file to place within each folder. Each folder was made accessible by creating the number rhyming word link. You place the object file into the folder by creating a vivid file in your imagination. You repeated the process for all 10 folders. After you accurately and vividly placed all 10 object files into their respective folders, you were able to access each from their proper folder by opening it when you made the connecting link between the number on the tab in your mental folder and its rhyming word. With this technique, you were able to access each object file without effort. Naturally, you won't be using this specific technique when learning your lines. When playing a role, you'll need to memorize and access significantly more than 10 single words. Our line learning technique will require an approach that is equally as simple, but somewhat more sophisticated. The early phases of our technique will likely require more vocal and physical commitment than you have previously put into the process of learning your lines. What is not required is the kind of mental effort that you've probably attempted to employ. Initially, it may be difficult to believe that early effort with this new technique will pay off. Be patient, and you'll surprise yourself. Well, now you're ready. These early episodes have prepared you with the mindset that you need to begin to put our line learning technique at your disposal. In the next episode, we start you on the path to a technique that will make you a better actor. We'll see you then.